Drogon's mysterious flight. At the end of Game of Thrones, everyone believed the story was finally over. Daenerys Targaryen was dead. Jon Snow had killed her inside the throne room, right in front of the Iron Throne she had fought for her entire life. But then, something strange happened. Drogon arrived. The last dragon in the world looked at Daenerys' lifeless body, and instead of attacking Jon Snow, he did something unexpected. He melted the Iron Throne with dragon fire, as if the throne itself was the true enemy. Then Drogon gently picked up Daenerys' body, spread his massive wings, and flew away into the sky. But here is the mystery. Where did Drogon go? The show never gives us an answer. Some characters later suggest Drogon might have flown east toward Volantis. But what if that wasn't true? What if Drogon didn't fly east at all? What if he flew north, far beyond the wall, toward the most dangerous and mysterious place in the entire world? A place where ancient magic was born. A place called the Land of Always Winter. The Land of Always Winter. Far beyond the wall, beyond the forests, the frozen seas, and the lands known to men, there lies a place spoken of only in whispers. The Land of Always Winter. A frozen wasteland where no kingdoms exist, no cities stand, and no maps dare to go. This is the place where the White Walkers were born. Thousands of years ago, the children of the forest created the Night King here using ancient ice magic, a power so dangerous that it nearly wiped out all of humanity. Since then, the Land of Always Winter has remained one of the greatest mysteries in the world of Westeros. Very few have ever seen it, and no one truly knows what still lives there. Now imagine this. When Drogon carried Daenerys' body away from King's Landing, he didn't fly east toward Essos. He flew north, far north, toward the coldest and most cursed place in the world. Dragons are creatures deeply connected to magic, and Drogon was not just any dragon. He was the last dragon alive. If Drogon sensed ancient magic in the far north, he might have been drawn there instinctively. And if Daenerys' Targaryen blood reached the Land of Always Winter, where ice magic was first created, then something unimaginable could happen. Because when fire and ice meet, they don't cancel each other out. Sometimes they create something far more powerful. The magic beneath the ice. For thousands of years, the Land of Always Winter has remained one of the most mysterious places in the world. It is the birthplace of the White Walkers, the source of the Night King's power, and a land filled with ancient magic older than any kingdom in Westeros. When Drogon carried Daenerys' body into the far north, he may have unknowingly brought something powerful with him. Because Daenerys was not just another queen, she was a Targaryen. Her blood carried the legacy of old Valyria, a bloodline deeply connected to dragons, fire, and ancient magic. Now imagine what would happen if that blood reached the very place where ice magic was first created. Fire magic and ice magic are two of the oldest forces in the world. Most people believe they are opposites. But ancient legends suggest something far more dangerous. When fire and ice meet, they do not destroy each other. They merge. Deep beneath the frozen lands of the north, ancient powers may still exist. Powers left behind by the children of the forest. If Drogon placed Daenerys' body there, then the magic of that land might begin to react to her blood. And if that happens, death may not be the end of Daenerys Targaryen. It may only be the beginning. The Awakening. Days passed in the frozen silence of the land of always winter. Snowstorms howled across the endless white wasteland, and the ruins of ancient magic lay buried beneath layers of ice. Drogon remained there. The great dragon did not leave. He guarded Daenerys' body as if he knew something was about to happen. Dragons are creatures deeply connected to magic. They can sense forces that humans cannot. And beneath the frozen ground, something ancient had begun to stir. The blood of a Targaryen had reached the land where ice magic was born. Slowly, the magic of the north began to react. The temperature dropped even further. The wind became sharper, and strange cracks began forming in the frozen ground around Daenerys' body. It was as if the land itself was responding to her presence. Then, something impossible happened. For a brief moment, Daenerys' eyes opened, not with the warm fire of the Dragon Queen, but with a cold, glowing blue light, the same light once seen in the eyes of the Night King. The magic of ice and the blood of dragons had merged, and in that moment, a new power was born in the far north. Not a Night King, but something the world had never seen before. A queen of ice and fire. The rise of the Night Queen. Far beyond the wall, where no kingdom rules and no human dares to travel, a new legend was beginning. Daenerys Targaryen was no longer the same queen who once freed slaves and conquered cities. The magic of the land of always winter had changed her. Her body no longer carried the warmth of dragonfire. Instead, it carried something colder, older, and far more dangerous. The power of ice. Drogon remained by her side, watching over the frozen land like a guardian. But even the dragon could feel it. The magic that had once created the Night King was now awakening again. Slowly, the dead creatures buried beneath the snow began to move. Old bones cracked. Frozen warriors rose from the ice. And for the first time since the fall of the Night King, the army of the dead began to gather again. But this time, they did not serve a king. They served a queen. The Queen of Ice and Fire. If this theory is true, then the story of Game of Thrones never truly ended, because somewhere in the far north, beyond the reach of every kingdom in Westeros, Daenerys Targaryen may still be alive, waiting, watching, and when the time comes, the world may face a darkness even greater than the long night. So what do you think? Did Drogon really take Daenerys to Volantis, or did he fly to the mysterious land of always winter? And if fire and ice truly merged in the far north, could the Mother of Dragons return as something far darker? A queen of ice and fire? Let me know your theory in the comments. And if you enjoy Game of Thrones lore, hidden histories, and dark fan theories, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel, because the next theory might be even more dangerous than this one.